Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Choices Life Coaching. Hope that you all had some rest, and it's Tuesday, and it's a good day. So, today's topic of discussion is don't put off until later what you can do today. Okay, so maybe when I'm older, maybe when I'm more settled, maybe when the kids are grown, maybe when I'm ready to retire, maybe if I have everything that I need. Procrastination is a great thief of God's purpose for his people. You might intend to do something someday, but what's stopping you? Like, what is stopping you from doing it now? And you might intend to do something and say, well, now isn't the right time, or I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle in place. I don't have the complete vision. You might think that you have, maybe you say, I have too many problems, or maybe too many problems of your own to be helping other people. Maybe the truth is, until you start helping someone else, you may never get whatever problems that it is that you have resolved. Only God can solve problems anyway, and he will find a way to solve it. And when God does solve the problem, you'll actually be a lot more happier. Okay? He will give you something that is better than what it is that you thought that you needed. He will give you something of himself to work with, and take that by faith and put action to it. Good morning, Clary. To reach out to other people's. Good morning, Arlene. We cannot expect the harvest if we're not willing to sow seeds of goodness, seeds of finances, seeds of care, seeds of love, seeds of your time, knowledge, information. When we commit to embracing life with passion, the first thing Satan tries to do is defeat us with means of necessary. And one of the easiest ways that he tries to do this is by suggesting that we wait until another time. He convinces us that we have plenty of time to get excited about God's call, to get passionate about our purpose, or whatever it is that God has put on your heart. If God has put on your heart to start a business, start your own company, get an education, raise a family, to move, to just work on your emotional healing and personal growth, these are things that I think that you should actually consider. Okay? And don't put off what it is that God has laid in your heart to do. And then we can't procrastinate when it comes to time. One of the easiest ways that most people get distracted and procrastinate is that God gives each and every single person 24 hours in one day. Okay? And you have to start to get passionate about the purposes of God and the things that God has called you to do. Get passionate so that you don't have to procrastinate and put off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, then we put it off until the next day. We procrastinate about many things in life: exercise, prayer, Bible study, getting out of debt, losing weight, cleaning up the house, spending time with your family, spending time with the kids, washing the car. We can procrastinate, cleaning out the attic, the garage, whatever it is that you know that you should be doing. And don't put it off, okay? We do it even when it comes to making a commitment to give ourselves permission to be loved, to be worth it, to be kind, to live life on purpose, okay? And to be your very best version of yourself. Okay, I'm not just feeling like it's time to say, you're probably saying, Jennifer, you're always saying that. You may not feel like you're ready, but God does not give us the luxury of feeling ready. Stepping out in faith means that we usually do it with fear and trembling, knowing that if God doesn't come through and help us, we will make a fool of ourselves. I feel like that, like all the time. And there are times when we know deep in our hearts that it's not the time yet, okay? But we must make sure that the feeling is one of the heart and not of the head and the emotions. God does not give us the luxury of feeling ready. Recently, God asked me to do something and I sure didn't feel like doing it. God knows I didn't feel like doing it. At first, I rejected the idea entirely, but deep inside, I felt like it was something that I actually should do. Obeying God meant I would have to disappoint somebody. And sometimes that is a part of life. And obeying God meant that I would have to disappoint someone else. And I waited hoping that I would hear something else from God. But all I got was confirmation at every turn, just because we don't feel like doing a thing does not mean that God doesn't want us to do it. We must live by the spiritual discernment that we have inside, not feeling that we have in our flesh. Do that make sense? Today matters, okay? Take action today. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Good morning, Martel. Good morning, Arlene. The world is full with sad, hurting people and scared people, people that are anxious, people that are fearful. And you can't put smiles on people's faces. If you can be a smile giver, put a smile on somebody's face. Lift somebody's spirit. Use what you have in your hand and make someone else's life a better life. It will enrich your life and you will find that you will be smiling too. Cheese. Okay, so purposelessness. Okay, now, and this is a story of a young lady by the name of Gwen Gavin, is a 38-year-old wife and mother with 3 who knows what it takes to have purpose. Now, she found her own purpose when she started working with her kids at church and Sunday school and after school programs, and she discovered that she had a talent of connecting with teenagers and understanding how to talk with them. She spends time each week volunteering with after school programs, helping young people learn how to build self-esteem and how to make good choices in life. And I try to help the young people realize that they do have a purpose. This is what Gwen says, and that it takes vision to get there. Vision is the thing that most people lack, L-A-C-K. What a great world, an important one to think about when we're talking about passion and purpose. And I don't see a lot of vision being tapped into these days. Rather than, it seems to be more purposelessness taking hold of our culture, okay? Right now, look at our culture, look at society. People are depressed and we're trying to raise the energy level and to make people feel that they are worth it and that they matter and that they was born and came into existence for a reason. Good morning, Susan. Rather, there seems to be more purposeless taking hold of the culture. People are getting caught up in the make it better, make it faster, make it cheaper, make it easier, make it like disappear kind of attitude. And in our society, that is, it's threatening to turn into an epidemic like the pandemic. Now, we have to really use our brains and lead with our heart, okay? It is easy to lose the passion and drive for excellence that is necessary to do things well and do it with excellence and quality. Quality is not as important as quantity, and most people think that we got to have quantity and not quality. The thing is that you need both. You need quality and you need quantity. That is where the balance and the harmony comes in. While good morals and passions for holiness may be disappearing in the world and is waiting for someone who will take a stand, someone who says, I will dare you to live with purpose and passion. I will dare you to live with excellence and commitment. I will dare to be the very best that I can be, the very best version of myself. I will have the courage to be one of the few. Okay? You, even when other people aren't doing the right thing, you do the right thing regardless. Okay? To live with purpose means to strive forward towards something, to aim for a goal, to be intentional, to be determined, to be committed. What are you aiming towards today? What are you striving for today? The lack of purpose isn't a problem for an adult or just for children. It affects everybody, of people of all ages, nationalities, sizes, genders. It hits young people as well, and suicide is currently the third leading cause of death in the United States and amongst teenagers. Now, there's no point in living. Teenagers, I feel for them because I remember what it was like to be a teenager. I feel for them because they get to the point is they have no purpose, they have no direction, no clarity of thought. They they need mentors. They need responsible adults that will lead them and guide them, not abuse them or molest them or take advantage of them, but to sow into their lives and bring out the best of them. You understand? So that their talents, gifts, and abilities can shine. Now, they may not seem to be, what are they, Generation X? Every generation has their own challenges and own difficulties and their own things to overcome, and we have to get to the point where nothing makes sense to the younger generation, and they're both curious and concerned about their future. We have to really sow into their lives. We can't ignore them. We can't neglect them. You understand? And we were once young, and we have to remember them, okay? Because they really are the future, because one day we're going to get older. I mean, old. We're going to get older and become an elderly person, and they're going to be left to rule and reign until they start having children of their own and raising their own families. What are we investing into our future and into our young people? We have to get the drugs out of the community. We have to give them good quality examples, you understand, so that they don't end up in prison and their talents, gifts, and abilities are wasted. We have to give them and teach them and lead them in education, in finances, in business, in science, in entertainment, in art, in culture, in literature, because they are our future, okay? And they're curious, and that's their way of learning, but we have to teach them, lead them, and guide them in the correct way, okay? The cycle of poverty is not going to be broken easily. It's going to take time. The cycle of equal rights for every human being and every race, gender, and sexual orientation, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. So we have to start now, like now, not yesterday, like now, investing into our young people and into our community and into each other. There is 3 out of 10 young people who are feeling well prepared for adulthood, but 3 out of 10, that's less than 0.25% of people. They are looking for sincere, genuine, excellent people who will be role models for them, and there aren't many of that around. There was this one young man, I saw him on Facebook and I shared his post, and I was so proud of him that he was doing his own marketing oh my God, I should have wrote his name. Anyway, he was doing his marketing and he started his own business. I don't even think he was 14, 15, if he was 16, maybe 14, and he was doing his marketing and he was selling his product and he was business minded. And I want to say, yay, woo! I was so proud of that young man because he was not wasting his time, energy doing foolishness and getting caught up in God knows what. And whoever his parents are, God bless them. And I'm going to have to find him again and follow him, and I'll share the video. But I was so proud of him that he was doing something positive. You understand? And we have to be good role models for these young men and young women that are coming up today. Okay? In many cases, their parents have either disappointed them by floating downstream with the rest of society, and they lived in their homes full of compromise, broken promises, and mediocrity. They don't see anything to reach for. Nothing makes them feel either motivated. As a result, that they wonder that why are they even here? Why are they even on the planet? This is a tragedy. Why? Because these statistics can be changed if enough people will decide to turn away from the way that they have been living to the way that they should be living. We must realize that we're setting examples for the upcoming generation and for the generation to come, and that we will be more of they will be more of what they see and what we do. You understand? Children copy whatever it is that they see and whatever it is that they do, because who's leading them? You understand? So, good morning, Pearl. Good morning, Thaddeus. So this is where we, as their elders and their role models and their example, their living example, these are where we come in, and we must realize that we are setting an example for the upcoming generation, and they will do more of what they see us do than what they hear us say. To tell others what to do and then not to do it yourself is worse than saying nothing at all. To tell others what to do, and I'm going to repeat it, and then not do anything about it yourself is worse than not saying nothing at all. Do the right thing or don't do it at all. Do it right or don't do it at all. Think about what happens if we wake up every day and we woke up tomorrow and decided that whatever we decided to do or what we did yesterday, we would do it with excellence. Everything that you do today, do it with excellence. We will give it our best. We will give it our all, and with nothing else less than 100%. You understand? Give 150% of your time, of your love, of your information. Share your knowledge, your life experiences. Okay? Encourage the next person. Encourage the next generation. Would it change? Would it make a difference? Would it impact? I remember during the George Floyd thing, there was 3 generations of black men, right? And it was the grandfather, the father, and the grandson. And that's when everything was being video recorded. The father was saying to his son that he didn't know that he could live to see this day, the day when the entire world would rise up and raise up and cry out for equal rights for all human beings, as well as for Blacks Americans, Brown Americans, Asians, people of different sexual orientations, the gays, the lesbians, whatever. One planet, one human race. I'm not here to judge anybody or to knock anybody. And this wasn't like just a march on Washington. This was a globalization of the planet and the human beings awakening to the plight of humanity. You understand? We all have a right to be here. We all have a right to be on this planet, and we all have the right to be treated correctly, to teach the next generation, and to protect each other as human beings. Now, we doing the right thing with excellence means that we don't take shortcuts, okay? And that you don't take the easy way, and you don't fake it till you make it. You understand? For the sake of just being easy or just doing it. Noah, do you remember the story of Noah building the ark? When Noah was building the ark and he was telling everybody that the flood is going to come and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You understand that nobody paid any mind to what Noah was doing, and then the flood came anyway. Bill Gates talked about the pandemic 2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago, before the pandemic hit. Nobody paid him any mind, and people kept living like nothing was happening. The second wave of the pandemic is coming, and it is going to hit America. It hit China, and it's making its way around the world. And if we don't do something to protect each other and to protect ourselves, you understand, especially those in the Black and brown community, because it is affecting us the most, okay? Protect yourself, protect each other. You understand? We have to live through this. I know I would like to live through this. Now, Noah certainly didn't take it easy. When God asked him to build the ark, he was about, 500 years old. That's when people used to live a long time. Now, if you look through the history of time, people used to live up to, man was meant to live forever with God, but then due to the curse of the fall, they lived 1,000 years, then 960 years, 780 years, 760 years, 500 years, 400 and so on years, from Enoch, Moses, Noah, all the way down to the Bible, till we're lucky if we live to see 120 years. So right now, it took 100 years for him to complete the ark, and to God's specific specifications, while also collecting 2 of every animals and every living creature that is on the planet. His passion and dedication to following God's instructions was necessary for the future of his family and for the future of the entire world, okay? Instructions are necessary. Be precise. Do what it is that God asks you to do. Don't waste your talents, gifts, and abilities. Don't be complacent in life. Don't be apathetic, okay? We need to know that God is on our side, and God is on your side. Trust me, okay? We know that he did it with excellence. Why? Because we know the outcome was successful, because here we are today retelling the same story that happened 2,000 years ago, okay? So the ark and everything and everyone that was in the ark, it survived while the rest of the world did not. Everybody knows that Bible story, okay? Make a decision to be an excellent person. Make a decision, okay? Perhaps if we did less, we could do more things with excellence. Part of our problem in society is that most people are trying to do so much that they can't do any one thing right. Slow down. Think seriously about what it is that you're doing, and ask yourself if you're doing it with your whole heart, with your entire heart? Are you giving it your best? Okay, is there anything that you love enough to dedicate your entire being to the heroes, the legends, the leaders, the companions, and the champions? Look at they're doing a thing on Mr. John Lewis today on BET. Okay, that man was a titan. Like titan, not just for the human rights of black people, but for the human rights of all people. Okay, and he was the champion of history that I hope and pray that when they make these corrections for all the history books that they're teaching in school, that they would put him in there in the history books along with a lot of the great black leaders that have died and shed their bloods for this country and for this nation and for around the world. They need to correct that as well. And we are all people who love, and what they did enough, it was dedicate themselves to being the best and doing their best. Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, who else is there? Martin Luther King, John Lewis, Malcolm X. Right now, history is being made, and I'm glad to be alive to be a part of it. So in the 1800s, Nellie Bay was one of the first investigative news reporters, okay? And the stories that she wrote helped change the laws and brought social and government plights to the surface. Despite criticism and being rejected, she experienced, for being a female and a woman reporter, she went on to leave a lasting legacy that people like Barbara Walters can now sit in front of the TV, Oprah Winfrey, Katie Tong, what is that really nice lady that is on News 11? Then there's Gayle King and so many wonderful news reporters. Anyway, but we have to have passion with whatever it is that we're doing and have a sense of purpose and dedication that helps each other keep on going. Oh my God, when you look at George Washington Carver, George Washington Carver was born as a slave and grew up during the Reconstruction era of the United States of America that make this place the United States. He grew up in an era where they were going through transition. He faced numerous challenges, including exclusion from attending college and getting a simple education on the basis of his skin and hello. However, he refused to give up and eventually went on to earn a master's degree in science and is responsible for helping save and restore the South agricultural industry by conducting research on the peanut plant and the sweet potato. Okay, his enthusiasm and devotion ultimately helped him develop more than 400 additional patents and products, including cheese, soap, plastics, and cosmetics. Now, Clara Barton, everybody knows that name. I lived in Brooklyn for a short time, and I went to Prospect Heights High School, and the school next to Prospect Heights High School was Clara Barton, and that was a high school as well. So Clara Barton was known for her willingness to take initiative when she saw a need. When Civil War broke out in America in 1861, Clara organized medicine and supplies for the wounded soldiers and traveled with the army throughout the 4 years of the war. Her efforts resulted in the formation of the Red Cross that everybody uses today whenever there's a crisis or something. The National Red Cross steps in, okay, and she continued to lead it as a female leader and solicit contributions for it until she was 83 years old, okay. people say, okay, I'm retired and I don't want to do anything. Some people, they retire and continue to start, like my doctor. My doctor is still doctoring, and people, he should be retired, but he's not. His brain is still sharp. He doesn't have Alzheimer's, and his patients and his clients are generational. Then you have 3 and 4 generations of people coming to see my doctor. Dr. Zahid Faruqi, big ups to Dr. Faruqi. Now, people who are dedicated to something have a reason to get, just get up out of bed with a purpose, okay? They have something to reach for, something to motivate them, and in order to love what it is that you do, you must do whatever it is that you love, okay? Stop putting all of your time into something that you don't have no passion for, that you don't have any love to do, that you don't even like doing it, to give your dedication. You won't find a successful person who wasn't dedicated to whatever it is that that person wanted to do. So my dare to you today is, I dare you to do whatever it is that you love. Jesus says, love the Lord God with all your heart, all your mind, and love with him with all your passion and prayer and intelligence, okay? Our first pursuit in life is to love God passionately, prayerfully and thoughtfully, and then we take these same life instruments, thoughts, intentions, and apply them towards whatever it is that we're doing. If that means raising our family, building a business, you understand? Cooking food. You have some people that is excellent chefs, okay? Whatever it is, wherever your talent, gift, and ability is, do it with all your heart as unto God, okay? And be passionate about what it is that you love, okay? Don't let fear or worries of what other people may think or what people may think hold you back from being excited about what it is that you're doing. If you're really and truly happy in the place and space that God has placed you, you understand? Put some enthusiasm into it, okay? Bring some bright sunshine and effort and a smile and a good attitude to whatever it is that you're doing, because your passion can be the match. And remember they used to have matches? Do you remember people who used to smoke? They used to have matches. Now everything is a lighter and that clip thing that they, you know what I'm saying, that you light the grill with. Okay, let your passion shine bright and let it be the match that lights the spark underneath someone else's purpose, dream, vision, okay? Be prayerful about whatever it is that you love. Always seeks God's guidance as your purpose and pursuit. You may enjoy art or music. If that's your passion, sing, dance, play the piano. You understand? Do whatever it is that God wants you to do, but don't do it with mediocrity, okay? And if you love crunching numbers, you have some people that just love math and just love the numbers. Yay! But you must always ask yourself if that is what you do, and if you like being an accountant or you like being a CPA, whatever it is that you like to do, do it with your entire heart. You understand? Do it joyfully. Do it with a smile, okay? And do it as in a service attitude, and do it as unto God, okay? If you are staying the course to follow his direction and not your own direction, stay prayed up. You understand? For real. Stay prayed up, and you will know that it can be confident. That way you can be confident and be reassured that you are in His will, okay? Be thoughtful about what it is that you love. Sometimes the worst problems that we have is too many things. Too many things. Like, listen, I love multitasking, but at some point when I'm multitasking, I literally have to stop multitasking and focus on one thing at a time, so that I can do it with excellence, do it efficiently, do it correctly, and maybe you're one of those blessed individuals to whom God has given many talents and many passions that you would enjoy pursuing, doing, and being. Think about what it is that you enjoy. Ask yourself which of these makes a difference in the lives of the people that you're serving and of you. Okay, do something on purpose. Look carefully on how you walk. Live purposefully and worthily and accurately, and not as the unwise and witless, but be wise, be sensible, be intelligent people. And that is written in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. Okay, and on that note, I'll continue tomorrow. So, have a wonderful day, everybody. And thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And remember that you can pick up a copy of my book, Journey to Healing, on my website, www.jennifergraycoach.com. And you can also pick up a copy of the book, My Journey to Healing, Business Success for Coaches and Counselors, and Marketing Basics Led by the Spirit. Okay, you can pick that up on Amazon. I'm also accepting coaching clients. Yes, I am accepting coaching clients, and there's a Groupon coupon available, and I am also looking for guest speakers, okay? Guest speakers for Jennifer's Perspective. So if you'd like to be a guest on Jennifer's Perspective, and if you're looking for a life coach, contact me at 201-741-1918, or DM me, hit me up on Facebook, or send me an email to Jennifer Gray Coach. I'm going to have to really change that. Send it to Jennifer Gray, jg.jennifergraycoach.com. This is your call to action. And I'm designing a new workshop, so I will let you know about that soon. Okay? Glad to be a part of your life today. Glad to be in the world today. It's raining outside, so it's an end day kind of day, so I have a couple of videos to make, and I'll do a teaching lesson and a coaching lesson. Okay, so I love each and every one of you, love my family, love my friends, love the planet, and love everybody. Love my mentors and my mastermind team, and I love me. Love you, Jennifer. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Love you, Susan, Pearl, Thaddeus, Martel, Edward, Arlene. Love you all. Love you, Clarie. And love you, Renee. Love you, Vanessa. Love you, Wendy. Love you, David. Love each and every single person. Okay, be blessed and have a wonderful day.